Hi, this is Nikki and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are helping on this journey to unconditional love. And so I do divine love healing. I can connect to your souls and get you the messages that your souls want you to know for you and your twin to help you on your journey back to each other. As well as that, I do a divine love crystal grid which uses pieces of rose quartz, and you receive pieces of rose quartz, and when you meditate with that, you basically bring the energies of unconditional love down, and it balances the energies between you and your twin. And you can join either to have a photo of the grid or to have a photo and a piece of rose quartz. And when you do that, you basically join a group of people all over the world that are joining in and sharing on this journey together and helping to ground these amazing energies onto the planet. And so yesterday I was saying that I recommended to watch Mike Timby's video because he's just set up a channel, and then I realized that he was actually part of the crystal grid, which just made me so happy. And I've been receiving questions for him, so if you want to have any questions answered from a Divine Masculine's point of view, then please do send them in, and I'm sure that he will be happy to respond because he's going to do a Q&A video on his next video. So what I wanted to share was, again, some amazing stories from people that have come to me for healing. And there are certain stories that really, really touch my heart. All of you. I mean, it's just, you know, some of these, you know, you really could make a book and a film out of every single one. But I'm just going to read the lady's email because she said I can share it. So, firstly, when I did the healing for her, I saw, she was actually passed to me from by Hazel from Illumined Souls, who's kind of got offline for a few months ready for her union, but she came to me through Hazel. And when I did the healing for her, it was a theme that I've seen before in healings, but it's basically at the beginning it was like a Mad Hatter's tea party. And there was a rabbit, and then there was a teacups, and there was a teacup ride, and they were getting on and off this teacup ride. And the reason why they were getting on and off is because her twin had some healing that needed to be done from a child, because he felt that he wasn't loved by his parents, and that, you know, I think that he had the fear of abandonment from that. Anyway, so I'm just going to read what she, and then in the end of it, that was what there was. I was guided to search for the Karate Kid, and it was like the crane kick when and the song was "You're the best around." You're the best around. I can't remember the rest of the thing, but in the actual thing, there was so many. There was like 144. There was 6, which is your love path. The numbers and the numerology and the comments and the messages were just, you know, all the way through. And I did a video about it at the time with the crane kick. But so I'm just going to tell you the story, and this really, really warms your heart. So I've cried at this, so get ready, you might shed a tear as well. Okay, so she says, I think I'm ready for you to do the second healing for us. I do want to tell you, I actually after thinking about the first healing, I have to tell you that it actually resonated very much for me and my twin, and I have to tell you why. So maybe you will want to use this story to encourage others to get a healing. First, I have to tell you that I met my twin when I was 17, and he was also 17 and in high school. He came over to a lunchroom table where I was sitting with a girl he knew and sat down beside me. Now, keep in mind, I did not know him from Adam, but he was so good looking and built like, oh my God. Anyway, he sat down beside of me and started talking, and then leaned over and French kissed me. To this day, I have no idea why or what possessed him to do that. But that is all it took, and I was totally hooked. We went back and forth for the next 7 years until I finally was tired of him not committing or moving forward with our relationship and confronted him. We argued and he left again, and this was in 1977. But this time I moved on and married. He returned in 1983 when I was pregnant with my son. He came to my work on my birthday with a single rose, as was his calling card on my birthday. And I wasn't at work as I was having a sonogram of my son with my husband. I came to work the next day and found the rose on my desk, and my heart dropped. I knew he had been there and asked the girls who left the rose, and they told me, this good-looking guy came and brought it, and we told him you were having a sonogram of your baby. I prayed to God that he would leave, and when I reconnected with him in September, we talked about his return in 1983, and I told him I had prayed that he would leave, as I couldn't have done that to my husband at the time, and his reply was, and I did, Rose. I left and I never returned. Her name is Rose. Back to how this resonated with me. Since we have reconnected back in September 2016, I was told by Spirit to contact him, and I did. My husband passed away in 2013. Since our reconnect, he has again come and gone, and I laughingly refer to him going down the rabbit hole, like in Alice in Wonderland, and have told him so. I refer to him as my cute little bunny rabbit. Also, when we were in high school, he took me to what was referred to as grad night at the Walt Disney World. I live in Florida, where they have a teacup ride. I never got to ride it because he got shit-faced drunk, and I held his head the entire night. I actually have talked to him about that within the last 6 months, and told him that I was very hurt over that incident, and he has apologized to me concerning it, as he never did at the time. He is in a karmic relationship now and has indicated he is leaving, but I don't know if he has done so yet. So can you believe that? The teacup ride, and that's what they've talked about. It's just amazing. I haven't heard from him since the 4th of July, and it has been 40 years since I have seen him. I think we get the record for the longest twins in separation, and thank you so much for all that you do. Well, so... Firstly, her daughter, she then passed her daughter on to me, and also for her daughter's healing, some amazing, just amazing confirmations. But what really then, so I responded to this to Rose to say, you know, that's so beautiful, and I feel so lucky to be able to help you, because that was such strong confirmation from her twin, you know. And anyway, so I said, actually, I was very drawn. I knew that you were going to come to me, because yesterday I was very drawn to use a picture of a rose for the video. But I didn't actually have time to do the second video, but I was going to use a yellow rose. And I wrote back to her and I said, you know, I was going to use a yellow rose. I was being very drawn to it yesterday. So it's no surprise that you have come to me today. Anyway, she came back to me and she said, oh my God, his calling card to me was a single yellow rose. And that is what he always would give her. So at that point, you know, I really did. I mean, it equally brings a tear to my eye now, to be honest, because after 40 years, and she also said I was going to send you an email yesterday as well. So it just shows how connected all of our higher selves are on this amazing journey to help, because 40 years she hasn't seen him in, and yet the messages were so clear and so on point to everything that, you know, that she's recently started talking to him about in the last 6 months. The teacups, the everything, the rabbit hole, the yellow rose. I mean, it just really is, it just astounds me, to be honest. And so I just love to be able to do this for all of you. So the other one was a lady that I did a reading for. And when I do a reading, I also put a healing intent in the reading. So she says, and it's so lovely, so I'm just going to share this as well. The reading was and is amazing. I keep watching and watching and watching it, which is perfect because you get more from it and you get healing from it each time. The bondage card at the end was spot on. I have vague memories of a past life as a prisoner in a dungeon. I believe the karmic pattern from that still affects us today, but I have been working to clear that old imprint. And my envy card was nail on the head too. I want to be deep in our mission work so bad. I just need to get to the point where I know I'm already doing it, like a boss. And that's the thing, you know, don't wait for your twin to be doing what you feel is your soul mission and your soul purpose, you know. Just do it, because it's when you're vibing at that level and you know that, you know, and this lady, I'll go on to the next paragraph, because she says, since I've been following you and working with you, I've developed a true understanding of unity, even while in physical separation. I see signs of my twin in my physical reality, like, all the time. I actually get what it means when they say you're always with your twin. Thank you for helping me find that clarity and the love and peace that comes along with it. You're the best. Sending you so much love. Well, you know what? I just feel so lucky to be doing it for every single one of you, because, you know, it really touches my heart to think that I could give some sort of peace and kind of like help you on the journey, because I know what it's like. And so being able to get those messages from your twin, being able to, you know, really feel them in your heart and see them all around you, because that's what happens. It starts to be just like you're having a conversation with your twin spirit through everything that the universe shows you. I mean, at the moment it seems like every single reg plate has my twin surname on it. I'm like, in all different varieties, you know, like spelt backwards, all the letters. I'm like, okay, every time I turn the radio I hear his name, every song, you know, everything that I'm looking at. And it's getting to the point, you know, the other day I was like, okay, I get all the signs. I want a really random one now. Now I'm driving in the city and it's in the day, and I'm driving around and I'm just sort of asking, okay, show me a funny sign. Anyway, the next thing is I turn a corner and there is a fox sat on the corner of the road in bright daylight, in the middle of the city, and not even like in the middle of the city though. So I just laughed, because I was just like, okay, I get it. And that was no sooner had I asked for a completely random sign. So that's the thing, the universe is like seriously on it to tell us to stay on the path. I mean, and so that's why I keep invoking the power of the fox to help them come home as well, because they need that help. Because, you know, it's going, you know, it's difficult when you're having to change your life and change and shake up and leave everything behind, just like we're doing and still in the process of. So remember, it's a journey. It's not, it's, you know, your journey is constantly evolving, and your journey also never ends. So remember that once you get with your twin, I mean, there's a whole new set of things to go through, because I'm sure that when we come into actual physical togetherness, then, you know, it's that's going to be a whole new story. But just remember this. You know, you're in each other's world for a reason. You've met with each other, you've had that connection, you've found out what a twin flame is, you're on this path, and that is an amazing thing. So if you would like to have help, if you would like to receive healing or have a reading, then please do. If you want to send me questions for me to pass on to Mike, remember to watch this video. I'll leave those links in the description box. The other thing is, a lady in Australia just quickly has set up another grid that is linking to our grid, which is a healing grid. So the grids are just expanding. I love it. And the power of the grid is growing, you know. With every single person that joins, it grows and grows and grows in strength. And it's all about unconditional love. So thank you to absolutely every single one of you for joining in and for empowering the grid, because it's all because of you. All right, take care. Bye.